All right, well, speaking of young and super fast, how about that old Aaron Rodgers going down? Seneca Wallace. How about Seneca Wallace? Not young and fast.
Right.
He's supposed to be fast, but he looks slow, and he's 33. And they should have, why not just have a guy like Brian Hoyer who you don't know what you're going to get, and Nick Foles, you don't know who you're going to have as the backup. Why would you get a guy who's a known scrub? Like a guy that you know is not going to get.
Because he's a veteran, right?
But that's the problem. I mean, there's been so many quarterbacks around the league that have come out of nowhere and done well. You just think get an unknown. Anyway, it's a big problem. It's a disaster. I'm a Rodgers owner in a high-stakes 2-quarterback league. I can't really replace him. It's a disaster. His receivers are worthless. I mean, basically, Jordy Nelson has, 25th overall value, 30th overall value after being top 5, and then maybe Eddie Lacy's okay, and that's it.
Well, Eddie Lacy's better than okay.
Eddie Lacy may be improved because they may turn into a team that runs the ball 25 times.
But they will have the ball in the red zone less often. He's still a top 10, 12 back. I mean, he's good, but I'm saying he's going to be okay, meaning he's not going to hurt.
No one, right.
But everybody's hurt him a little bit.
Right. In some way, everybody's hurt when Aaron Rodgers goes down. Ted Thompson, the GM of the Packers, has been getting some criticism, and I think justifiably so, that they seemed their backup quarterback situation felt like an afterthought this year.
Interesting.
In the offseason. They added Seneca Wallace late. They cut Vince Young late. They just didn't seem to. They were like, it doesn't matter. We don't care, right?
Rodgers is indestructible.
Yeah, and I mean, and my hunch is going to be fine if he's out 3 games. They're 5-3. If they go 1-2, you're looking at 6-5. My hunch is the division will still be in reach. Certainly a wild card still, but will be for Rodgers coming back for those last 5 games. But you're the Packers. You should, they should have John Kitna, whoever that is now, right?
John Kitna.
But I mean, they should have there should be a grown-up quarterback there behind Aaron Rodgers.
But I feel like that's what they think Seneca Wallace is.
But then he was out of a job. I don't think so. They brought him in at the end of camp. I don't think that is who he is. No.
They should have had an unknown. You can't have it both ways, right? You can't have a good quarterback that everybody knows is good because he's going to start somewhere. You either need an unknown like a Brian Hoyer or a Nick Foles, or you need a known scrub. Always go with the unknown. Okay?
Really?
The known scrub. I guess Josh McCown's worked out as the known scrub for Chicago.
But Jason Campbell.
He's actually, and he's also been decent too. Okay, so maybe at least. But I guess when you have an unknown who's terrible, everyone's like, you get a known scrub just to hold down the fort for 2 weeks. I guess if it works out, it's good. If it doesn't, then it's bad.
I just think that the salary cap obviously impacts this, but I think that teams need to spend money on the backup quarterback. I think it needs to be in some ways, Jason Campbell hurt himself last year with his performance in Chicago, which was really weak. So it seemed like this was not a quality NFL quarterback anymore. But it seems a waste to me to have the quality backups, 2 of them, Brian Hoyer and Jason Campbell, be in Cleveland. Like, those guys Jason Campbell is supposed to be on a pretty good team so that they don't fall apart if their quarterback goes out. If Tony Romo goes down for 4 games, Jason Campbell might win 2 of those games.
From a fantasy perspective, if you had Aaron Rodgers, you probably didn't have a backup quarterback. You weren't rostering a backup on your bench. So are you going after a Case Keenum, or are you going after what are you doing?
Nick Foles would be the guy I'd love to get if he's available. In the defense of the Packers and the fantasy owner who just trusted that Rodgers would stay healthy, quarterbacks have not gotten hurt much. I mean, Drew Brees never gets hurt.
Sure.
Brady, after the rule change, after he got hurt, hasn't missed a game. Eli never gets hurt. Peyton, after he had his neck reattached, is...
Right. When he lost his head.
But he didn't, most quarterbacks don't miss. Quarterbacks, you can't even breathe on the quarterback. You'll get a penalty. So they have really protected the quarterbacks. But
Philip Rivers missed it? Billy Volek, I guess, played some.
That was
forever.
No, I don't think he's ever missed a game.
I can't remember him missing.
Maybe he missed one. No, he just missed
did
one
last
or 2.
year, didn't he? I think he did last year. Yeah.
He's missed few. He should have missed.
And
he's taken a whole year off.
He has not evaded 1 tackle in his entire NFL career. It's odd that he hasn't gotten hurt.
I would bet
he's a tough guy.
I would challenge Rivers to a foot race, and I'll bet he can obviously afford a lot more than I can. I'll bet $500 that I can beat Philip Rivers in a foot race.
Oh, by the way, that's unfair. You're fast.
I'm not even that.
I bet Heather could beat Philip Rivers in a foot race. Philip Rivers, I said this on another show, when he scrambles, it always looks like a scene in a movie where a guy is in the process of falling down. Like he's like in slow motion. You can see him going. It always seems like his front side is just going to weigh him down, and he's going to come crashing down.
Yeah, Andy doesn't know how to throw the ball properly, but somehow he's having a Pro Bowl level season
somehow
in the NFL.
I should start him over Robert Griffin.
Yes, I think so.
Right.
Right.